Celtics fans, we're your one-stop shop for all Celtics trade rumors. The trade deadline fast approaching, about a week away. So go down, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Celtics trade rumors. Welcome into Boston Celtics Today by Chat Sports. I am Will Scott here with the latest Boston Celtics trade rumors. We've, of course, talked about Payton Pritchard a lot on the show as a possible trade candidate, and he went on Andre Iguodala's podcast commenting on his role heating up the trade rumor. So Andre Iguodala asked Payton Pritchard this: walk me through the next 5 to 10 years for yourself. Pritchard responded, obviously, after I'm done here, after this year, I'd like to be a part of a bigger role a little bit. Andre said this: you should want that. Pritchard responded, I really do. It's obviously what I work for. I think that's what Brad and them know too. We've had that discussion, but a bigger role. I want to be part of a winning culture, but I also want to help that be a really big piece of that. I'm not saying it's the best player on the team. I'm not saying, but I don't know what my future holds unless I take that next step. I don't know what it is in 5 or 10 years, but I just want to look back and know that I put my best foot forward. I put all the work in, so whatever happens, I can live with as long as I did it my way. That's the most important thing to me. So Payton Pritchard going on Andre Iguodala's podcast and kind of being honest about his role, and he's a little bit frustrated maybe with his role, saying he wants a bigger role on this basketball team. Some speculating that could this signal that he wants out of Boston. I don't know. He did say he wants to be part of a winning culture, which they certainly have in Beantown. Will Payton Pritchard be traded? Y for yes, in for no, down in the comment section. Go down. Let me know what you think. Predict it. Not should he be traded. Will he be traded? Go down in the comment section. Y for yes, in for no. It is the pinned comment, so reply to it when you get a second. Pritchard has been the guy we've been hearing the most about on the Celtics front. We've heard some guys the Celtics have been linked to, but on the Celtics, he's the guy that keeps getting brought up in conversations. Of course, the Golden State Warriors. We talked about how they expressed some interest in him fairly recently. And after these podcast comments, you got to think that, man, could a possible trade be happening? He said that Brad Stevens is aware that he wants a bigger role in this team. When you look at his numbers each and every single year, the numbers have dipped. 7.7 points per game his rookie season. Those numbers have gone down the past 2 years, including minutes per game as well. So we'll see what happens. Something to monitor here with Payton Pritchard. I want to tell you about our good friends over at Rocket Money. Shout out to them for sponsoring today's show. Rocket Money is saving me money. That's why I love using it, the app formerly known as Truebill. The app shows all your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't know you were paying for. You may even find out that you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel one, all you got to do is press cancel. They will take care of the rest. Get rid of useless subscriptions now. Go to rocketmoney.com/Dolphins or NBA now. Seriously, it could save you hundreds per year. That's rocketmoney.com/NBA now. I really love using Rocket Money because it tracks my spending. So not only is it going to tell you if you're using unnecessary subscriptions, but it's also going to track your spending each and every single month. So I found out last month I spent a little bit too much money eating out than I would have liked to. Those numbers, that spending has gone down this month. So Rocket Money is really helping me with my finances, and they can do the same for you. RocketMoney.com/NBA now. That link is in the comments and the description of today's video. I mentioned the numbers dip, right? Last year he averaged over 6 points per game. This year he's averaging under 5 points per game. Assists per game have gone down. Field goal percentage gone down. 3-point percentage has gone down significantly. That was a strength. And then minutes per game have gone down. They've actually gone up a little bit. I think it was at 10 points per game or 10 minutes per game not too long ago. But right now it's 12.5 minutes per game. And you can't fault him for wanting a bigger role. I mean, this is a good basketball player that saw a pretty big role in his rookie season. pretty big role last year as well, but this year it just has not been the same. He's kind of buried on the depth chart after the trade of Malcolm Brogdon. And when the Celtics did make that trade, I was wondering, how is the role of Payton Pritchard going to be affected? Because all of a sudden, the Celtics were a little bit guard heavy. But I'll say this. You've seen his value this year. This is still a valuable player to have on your roster. Whenever Marcus Smart has not been on the floor, whenever Malcolm Brogdon has not played, Payton Pritchard has stepped up, and he has stepped up in a big way, which has drawn interest from teams like the Warriors. Here's what Brian T. Robb of Mass Live said about this. There are many parts of Pritchard's game that make him appealing to teams like the Warriors and other potential suitors. He's a 40.1% career three-point shooter and is on a very team-friendly rookie deal through the 2023-2024 season, earning just $2.2 million this year and $4 million next season. The Warriors have dealt with inconsistent play from several areas of their bench all year long, which has led two-way players like Ty Jerome and Anthony Lamb to shift into bigger bench roles. With injuries impacting Golden State's aging starting five, Pritchard is likely viewed as a potential proven depth target for the team's backcourt. I'll say this. If you're going to trade Payton Pritchard, please don't trade him to Golden State. That should be the last team that you trade him to, the team that just beat you in the NBA Finals, the team that you've had some tough games with this year, right? I mean, both of those games weren't looking good for the Celtics. They rally to win that second matchup against Golden State. But please, Brad, if you're listening, do not trade him to Golden State. Show Pritchard some love, man. We love Pritchard. Whatever happens, we're going to continue to root for this guy unless he gets traded to the Warriors. But type 11 down in the comment section. Show some love to Payton Pritchard. Someone else we've talked a lot about here on Celtics Day is Jakob Poeltl. Could he get traded to Boston? The Athletic saying this. Several teams are increasing their pursuit of Spurs center Jakob Poeltl, and it appears a move to the Eastern Conference could be possible ahead of the deadline. The Raptors and Celtics are among the teams expressing interest in Poeltl, sources say. The 27-year-old will be arguably the top unrestricted free agent big man in July. So we're again hearing the Raptors and the Celtics are in on Jakob Poeltl, who has put up nearly 12 points per game this season, 9 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game, shooting over 60% from the floor. But again, he is an unrestricted free agent. So how much are the Celtics going to be willing to give up to land him? Because this is probably going to be a rental for the rest of the regular season, the playoffs. I do not know if he will be interested in re-signing with Boston. And when you're talking about the Celtics' needs, I don't necessarily think you need a starting center. Do you need center depth? Yes, but you do not need a starting center. Robert Williams and Al Horford have done good in that spot this year, kind of going back and forth there. Should the Celtics trade for Jakob Poeltl? T for trade, P for pass, down in the comment section. Go down, let me know. The Celtics are very much in the Poeltl sweepstakes, but I do not want to give up multiple first-round picks for this guy. We'll see what happens. Again, be sure to go down, subscribe to the channel. We're going to continue to have you covered on Celtics trade rumors on this show, and we'll see if the Celtics make a move here in the next week or so.